Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to DC's workshop. Today, you seen it, all that snow outside. It's a real snowy, cold day. Let me see what the temperature is. It's 50 degrees here in the shop right now. I got the heat on. Got the heat on back here, and then I got one back yonder. I got gas heat here and electric heat back there. Well, today let's move back here to the shop. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. What we're gonna do today. Okay. Alright. I ordered this about 3 months ago. Could never figure out how to get it mounted on my mill. I tried all different types of 4-ways and everything, and every way I done it, I was going to have to cut it off. Well, I don't want to cut it. I really don't want to cut it, and these are the only parts I got. Right there. It's a mounting bracket right there, I think. No instructions came with it. Got it off Amazon. These screws I had to buy, because it didn't have screws for the back here to mount this. I had to figure out what kind of screws it got. It takes an M3 by 8mm screws. I saw somebody on Facebook on Round Column Mills on Facebook that mounted one right here. It's got the same deal. He mounted it here. He hooked it to this, mounted here, got the scale, it runs up here. He cut a notch in this thing. It's hollow up in here. He cut a notch here for the rod, for the rest of the shaft, for the shaft to go up into. Right there. But the top part won't be on there. That top black part won't be on there. So I gotta come up with a way to, I'm gonna have to come up with a way to, this right here, this piece will mount right there. We'll go in here. I have to drill holes, screw into this, thread that, whatever I can find in my scrap bin to tap that on. These two holes here on the side, like here, right there and right there, are for these two screws, here and here. And that'll hold the rod. Then I have to come up with a bracket to hold this. That'll hold the rod on this part here. Then it's cold in here. My hand's getting cold. It'll mount here on this thing. And then this part, I'd have to make a bracket, something for it to hold it here, to mount it to, and then mount it on each side of this. I got these screws. Have to drill in here and hold it here. And then that's all. I got to take all this off and this off. I really didn't want to, but I guess I will. I didn't want to because I wanted to stop, so I can only go down so far. If I don't have a stop, it'll go all the way and come out. This whole column here will come out, because I tried it without this one day. And if I didn't have that stop there, right there, if I didn't have that stop, this would have came on out. Got the brake on a little bit cold too. A little bit cold. But I'm trying to figure out how to keep, I could probably keep that, but this is the part I got to worry about, is right here. I might be able to take that and cut it out It's still mounted. I'm gonna try that. So I got two of them, one on each end, one for each end. Now I'll make something. No, I can make something if I have to. I got the batteries and stuff. It takes 2 batteries. I got 2 screws. I'll figure out what all this is. Okay. Now, I'll get y'all set up and everything else. Let me figure out what this stuff is. Make sure everything's going to work. And let me figure out what I'm going to do. Now, come back and tell you what kind of screws I'm going to use and everything. I don't have no metric taps to do this thread, so I have to find me some American taps to screws to go in here to hold it up. Plus, I need to figure out how I'm going to keep the lock and this. Okay, I got to put a vise on because I got this figured out. I have to cut. I got to cut this section here out. I'm going to come down through here and across there. I'm going to cut this out with the end mill. I'm going to indicate the vise end. What I'm going to do is I'm going to indicate this vise end so at least it be straight, which I probably don't need to, but you know how we are. I always want to do it right. Do it right or don't do it at all. It's always been my motto. From a wrench. There it is. Vice wrench is what I was looking for. There you go. Now, find me a little small end mill. A 1/8 end mill. Hey now! Cut that out. There you go. Got me a piece of carbide. I think that'll work. If I cut this out, it'll fit around. If I cut that out, it'll fit around this. This here. It'll go over on each side. Now I'm going to put 2 holes in here. Now I'm going to come over here and plunge and put me a groove here and a groove here. After I cut this section here out, right here, what I'm going to do is come in here, we'll see these crowd lines are. I'm going to come in here and make me some slots right here and right there. What I'm going to have to do to make it fit. To make it fit right here around this. Slot around that thing. Alright, so I can get some screws in there. Alright, let's get busy. Okay, I got a piece of solid carbide. I think it's a 1/8. Gotta give me a collet, 1/8 collet. Let me lay you right there. Scoot you over just a little bit. It broke. I'm lost in words, man. I'm lost in words. Windmill broke. Alright, I got a 9/64. That's the aluminum, looks like. Well, it's acting. I gotta change the darn collar. Crap. .3/16 collar. Okay. Operation. Think of what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna chop it across here. Okay. We'll take it out and take a look at it, okay? Get a closer look at it and see what we got here. I want to make sure it fits up around there. That's what I'm going to do. Y'all want to go with me? Y'all want to check it out with me? Let me knock these burrs off. Alright, let me bring this down here to y'all. Okay. Fits great. Fits good around there. Problem I have, see here, is that you see this. Okay, you see, the slots fit around that real good. Okay? Alright, you see these slots here, right there, and right there. You think I could have drilled in there and put that in there, but this is not flat. It's in an angle. It's flat under here, not there. And if I can put these on the slot underneath there on the bottom. I can put little slots in these here on each wing. Then I can put that under there, mount that up under there. And if I can slide it out if I have to get this rod to go up inside there to where it's got to go. See what I'm saying? That's the way it's got to work. You know, it's got to go back and forth like that. And just in case I got to adjust it to be straight up and down, standing up and down with the black part, it's got to go that way. You got me? You know, without breaking them, I got to put slots in here. Should have probably put slots in there before I cut that out. That's me, though. I always do things backwards sometimes. I don't think first. All right, I'm gonna get busy. All right, fellas, you see here what I'm doing? I put this piece of wood under here. I put this piece under here to stop the flex when I'm trying to drill these holes. It's not on camera me drilling these holes because I forgot to turn it on. That's the reason why I usually leave it on. But I drilled them 9/64 because the end mill I'm going to use is a 9/64 walking across here. Alright, what I'm going to do now, instead of going ahead and doing this, I'll come back and pick these holes back up. I'm fixing to use them to the mark up here on the mill where they go, where it's going to start off at. So I have my mark up here, and then I'll come back and do the lines. Okay? I think that's what I need to do first. Save me some trouble. But you see this chuck? I took this chuck out of a drill. It's a Jacob chuck. It's a 3/8. As far as it goes, 3/8. 24 or 3/8, yeah. Jacob chuck. And I took it out, and what you do when you take them out, you keep the shaft. The shaft is attached to the motor part, the inside of the motor. This was an electric drill that burned up. I took it out and I cut the motor part off, kept the shaft. The shaft is what I got in there. It's a little over 3/8, but it's fitting in a 3/8 colic. It's a small one. It works great. We'll see how good it spins. So there's no need in throwing it away when you can use it. You always keep the little chucks. And by the way, when you do it, keep the chuck key too. Alright, now I'm going to do this side. I'm going to lay this side hose up here. I'm going to prick them and everything else, put pricks in them, because that's got to be hand drilled and hand tapped up there. So like I said, I'm going to prick it, then I got to find my screws to mount this up there. Okay, here we go. Some really good punches there. I think I can pick up on them and see if I can do it laying down. Alright. Got ice coming off the house, off the shop. You always got to have a mirror in the house, in the shop. Help you from standing on your head. See? Mirror. Mirror. You see it? Y'all see yourself? Alright. Let's get this road going here. I know, I ain't supposed to, but I'm going to. Put y'all a little closer. Now we're going to slot this, slots. Now, okay? What the hell? Which one of these bearings are going bad? Alright, I'm gonna drill these holes. First I done it with a center drill. But I'm gonna have to pull it out a little bit. My chuck is hitting the screw. It was pretty easy. I think the metal's kind of soft. Alright, where'd you go? There it is. Center drill's so small. Got lost up there in that chuck. See, it's so small. Got only bolts I could find was no, the only bolts I could find was 6 40 threads, and that's drill 113. Number 33 drill. No, it ain't soft. Woo. So I had to push on one of these. Yep, been a while. Okay, show you what I got. See those hose? One there, one there. They went all the way through. There it is, and there it is. All right. You can see right there, I done put one screw in. See, I turned the darn camera off to do something, to leave or something. And when I come back, I forget to turn it on. Every time. And I wind up doing something. All right, that one up there. There you go. See, that's how it's going to work right there. All right, but when you do down, this is going to slide up like that and give me a reading. I'm going to set you right over here for a second. Okay, you see what it's going to do. Now, I got to cut this out and get that put in there. But I got to figure out how to get this mounted to here. Right in here. All right, let's make a plate. I'm gonna make a plate to fit in here, mount here. It's gonna have all these bolted to the plate, and then I can go to the side of the plate and mount this in. Got me? All right, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn the camera off until I get something made up. Alright, see, I got two holes drilled in here now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this out a little notch right here. I don't want to make a big nasty mess out of it and mess it all up. I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to sit down here and cut it out with a grinder and see if I can get it done right. Alright? Y'all going to watch me? Y'all watch me mess up. Alright, y'all ready? I had to work on something. Man, you gotta be careful. Damn thing. Jumped right everywhere. Let me get all these D-burrs off. See, it's just a mock-up. That's what it's going to look like when I'm done. Similar to what I just got to tighten everything up. I got to make a bracket for that. I'm just going to replace this whole thing with a silver piece of metal I have, and this will be attached to it. And that's what I'm fixing to do now. And put you over here all the way. There it is. I gotta attach this to that plastic now. I gotta try to find the holes on the back side. And I think it's lined up. It's all looks lined up with everything now. We're gonna try it out and see it here in a minute. I'm gonna mark this, and then hopefully I can hit the hose. Okay. Let's see if we can get us some straight lines here. It's 41 millimeter. 41 and a half millimeters. Yeah, that's like me too. Screw that. It's 1 inch and 5/8 across there. So it's 32, 16, 12, 13, 16 to the middle. One inch. Inch and 1/16. $25, 32nd. Well, let's try that out and see what size I get it. What size hole I need. See what size hole I need. Gotta have 110 thousandths. It's a 35 millimeter. I mean, a number 35. What am I talking about? Okay. Here it is. I gotta do with the wires and do a little nitpicking stuff with it. But I'm gonna get this loose so I can mount that right there. That way I can look at it while I'm doing down. See? Goes up inside there. Well, it comes all the way out. And that's 5 inches. And that's all you're required to pull out, or not, the column will fall out. The column will fall out if you go any more than that. Finally got it in. Like I said, I just got to do some nitpicking. I put these screws in. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to DC's Workshop. Today we're going to finish this project here that we started yesterday. It is a surprising, it's 9 or 10 degrees outside. It is 35 in here. My little heater I have in here, electric heater I have in here, is done real great by keeping this little shop that I have 35 degrees, keep it from freezing. has done that for the last 5, 6 years. Okay, we're going to finish this project right here. That's enough for that. We're going to finish this project here. We're going to mount this up here. We're going to, right there. I could put it right here. That might be a better place to put it. You know it? Right? No, it ain't. Because this goes up behind here. And the screws mount in right there. Yeah, I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put a piece of aluminum here. I'm going to cut me a piece of aluminum and put in this spot right here. Is what I'm going to do. And now put that bracket that holds this on. This bracket that keeps it on. I'm going to mount it right there on that aluminum piece. I'm going to put that there. Better than putting holes in this. Because I don't want to put holes in that. Okay? That's what we're going to do today. So, y'all just hang with me. Plus, then I got to tie these wires back. I'm going to put them back over here like this, out of my way. You know, like that. Get them tied together and back here around these other wires strapped to those wires. And that'd be sitting right there. Okay? Right, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take this off and cut me a piece of aluminum that thick. Piece of 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch. Okay, we'll bring you back once I get the aluminum cut. Okay, now I'm going to take this off. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? All I go was that this rod, I got it going up in there. See? So, you know. If I turn it on and zero it out, and then we drop it down, see? So my screws can't be long. That's the reason why I got me a piece of, I couldn't find a 1/4 inch, so I got me a piece of 1/8 inch. But I got to put holes in it to hold it, mount it back in there. To be able to mount it in here. Then the little screws go in here to hold this little bracket on. Is what I'm going to do. Alright. I'm going to set y'all back over here. A little hose in here. I'm going to try to transfer these off of here. On here. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. There you go. Alright. I'll drill them out first to make sure they're going to fit. Put you over here with the rest of this stuff. Because I'm keeping all this stuff because I'm going to replace it one day. I'm going to have to. I know. Okay. Let me put these screws over here. Right, I'm going to drill these holes out. See what size they are. .135. Or a little crooked. Get my other little board. Back here. There you go. In here. It's about 50 degrees now. I guess it has. There you go. I wish my vise had a step in it. Wrong place. All right. Put you right there. First off, I'll make sure my screws 1/4 inch up. Alright, I got me 2 little prick points. Right there and right there. But right now I got to find out what kind of threads, bolts, screws to use. They sent me 2 screws, but like I said, no instructions ever came with this thing. So I need to find out what kind of threads I got. Alright, I'll be back. We're going to cut right here and I'll be right back. I can't believe it, man. I dug around. It took me about 20 minutes, almost 30 minutes. But I found me a tap. A 3mm. Found me a tap. Got one matches the threads and everything else. So that's all I got to do now, drill and tap it. I got to do a 114, no. I got to figure out what kind of drill I got to use. Got to use a 98 drill. 98 thousandths. Let's see what I got. What's 98 thousandths? That comes to a 40 drill. Number 40 drill. Excuse my speech, it's a little hoarse this morning. I got to have a number 40 drill to do this. Whoa. I know I should have it going at higher speed and everything, but if I just let the drill cut instead of trying to poke it through, it'll cut. Look at that. I didn't have to worry about it. Screws coming out the back side there. They perfect, man. I was worried about they coming out and scratching that. It's got that mounted. Now all I gotta do is mount that. Right there. Get screws to mount that. I just wonder if these will go in there and catch that. Well, they want him to go through the hole. No, they ain't long enough. I should be looking for screws for that. Let me go find some screws. Okay, I did my holes right here too small. So I had to go over and drill it back out. Had to use number 18. Got to find some longer screws anyway. To go through it and catch that plastic. So now we're going to put this in here. That don't shut off. Okay, we got that there. Let's see if this is going to mount here. Come on now, get in there. Where's the hole at? There. All right, I'm going to get some wire ties and tie this back. Get these wires back up in here out of my way. Because I don't want them catching on anything. I think it looks nice. Myself. I'm going to paint it all black. I'm going to plan on painting it all black when it gets warm. Right now it's cold. Time it gets warm in this shop. Man, it's time to go in the house. Alright, let's get up here and see what we're going on. Okay. I got my wire run up here tied to this. It's up out of the way. It's out of the way right here. It's out of the way here. We're going to turn it on. Its power's on. Zero it out. Start dropping. 26,000's right there. You got the fractions right there. That's weird. I'm going to try something. Let me zero out. Put my handle back on. I can find it. There it is. Put my indicator here on. Wrong one in there. Smash, I just had the wrong one in there. There you go. I got that on. Let's see how it works, okay? Let's see if it works over here. Alright, it's on. Let me tighten this up. Okay, there you go. Alright. Zero. I'm going to move this 5 thousandths over here. I didn't do nothing now. Alright. That's what I'm saying. Let's do something else too. Alright, I got this on there. Alright, quit. Zero, zero. We'll move this 5. Five there. 5 there, 5 there. Put that back on 0. 50. Zero that out. Alright, now we're going to move 5 up here. We're going to move 5 up here. It's on the 50 mark there. It's on the 50 mark there. Five thousandths. 5 thousandths there. 5 thousandths there. It worked. But see, when I do this, okay, didn't move that time. All right, I got it. This is what I got tired of doing, and this gauge sometimes don't work right. On cutting, when I go to cutting, it don't do right. Okay, this is going to be the end of installing my Z-axis DRO. So it's working great. Turn it off. Don't want to run the batteries down. It's working great. Checked it with this. Checked it with the dial indicator. Checked it with the dial on the side. Now I know if it moves anywhere when I do anything. When I'm cutting by watching this. Because sometimes I've been having it move. I dial in 10, go to cutting, it only take off 5. You know, because something moved. So, we're going to end this video right here. And thank y'all for watching. Subscribe. Hit the thumbs up, please. And y'all come back now, you hear? Oh, God bless everybody.